All right, well, Senator Kennedy is among those conservatives now saying, you know what, maybe we got to change some things here. And he's even leery of returning to Facebook or some of these social media companies if they're botching that. Let's get the read now from Fox News contributors Jessica Tarloff. We got Kat Timb along with cybersecurity privacy attorney Lisa Garber. Lisa, ended with you. It looks like that there's going to be a push for regulation here, and even Mark Zuckerberg all but called for it. The question is how far it goes and whether it's going to change people's behavior using these sites. What do you think?
Hopefully this will go further than the hashtag delete Facebook movement. And at this point, Mark Zuckerberg can't hide under his signature hoodie anymore. He has to push for privacy. He's seeing that consumers and users of Facebook are really unhappy. And this extends to almost every social media platform, not just the ones that Facebook owns. The problem is that with these vast social networks, where Facebook has over 2.2 billion users at this point in time, there's no privacy by design. There's no privacy baked in. So all of these layers kept getting added over the past, 10, 15 years to a point where they can't control the amount of data they actually have.
Well, they've got 2 billion customers worldwide, right? So what I'm wondering is they throw out the baby with the bathwater. That they go too far, or they make people think twice about using any of this technology, your generation.
Yeah, I certainly think twice. I'm going to think twice now what I say on Facebook Messenger, and I also have everything I've ever said on Facebook Messenger flashing before my eyes. But this is how this company runs. The reason that it's free is because they can pay for it with targeted ads, and that's how they get the money, by taking your information and targeting advertising.
Social media,
everything is out there. Everything's absolutely out there. But they're trying to revamp the privacy settings. Nothing's.
It seems
it's the exact same settings.
Has it changed any of you when you use this technology?
I actually don't have a Facebook account, and I never did. Yeah, I only have Twitter, which I only got when I came here so that everyone who loves me so much that watches Fox News Channel could tell me how much they love me.
Only love notes.
Yeah, it's happening right now. I don't have it, but it's interesting to look at the differences even between millennial and Gen Z use of Facebook. It's much, much lower for Gen Z. And you see rises in the use of Instagram and Snapchat, and we have no idea what even else is going to come out there. So Facebook, I think Senator Kennedy's right there. He says, I don't need to see what my friend from high school had for dinner. A lot of people are looking at Facebook as quite an outdated tool. They're already interconnected, and they have other ways to do that. They can use secure services like WhatsApp. A lot of people using ones where your Wicker, where your messages disappear even afterwards.
Part of the problem is that Facebook Messenger is now so intertwined, and it's not just, if you look at it from a connectivity point of view, and that was part of the Android scandal, right, that we saw yesterday with Facebook Messenger saying we actually were able to see what phone calls you were making if you allowed us access to your contacts. So a lot of people are using these apps because they're free, they're easy. Sure, a lot of
and I'm thinking that's, for your generation, that's what's going to keep you using it.
Yeah.
You're offended, you don't like the privacy invasion, but you love it and you use it all the time, and you send god-awful images back and forth. And your kids will never grow up. So I don't think it's going to change. I think you'll be outraged. I don't think it's going to change.
Things have changed a little bit if you look at the stock dropping, and if you look at the fact that they were trying to release one of those home speakers. They were going to release one of those home speakers in May, and now they're postponing that because nobody's going to want that in their home right now.
I'm saying your generation will whine and complain about this, but then still have this technology, and you won't change. You will leave this office still staring at that phone and stumble into a door.
Well, I
will walk very effectively into the door while staring at it.
I'm still going to be staring at my phone, but I've been wearing a tinfoil hat for the past 5-6 years. I haven't had a Facebook account. Exactly. But it's so but it's so interconnected with, well, wearing a tinfoil hat is not a sin.
No, it's the new look.
Right.
I'm telling you, here's what doesn't change. We don't change. When it comes to technology, I can remember Scott McNeely decades ago at Sun Microsystems saying, if you want your privacy, get over it. You're going to have to deal with the fact you're going to lose it. And I think, particularly you guys' generation, you need this stuff. It's like a fix for you guys.
Well, definitely like a drug now to be on your phones and to be whatever your drug of choice is. My point in bringing up other services where you can talk to your friends. Suddenly be getting a call. Whatever apps you like, people are paying attention then to the privacy aspect of it, especially people who want to talk to those who are abroad, for instance. And I think there could be a shift towards using them, more secure servers for things like talking on the phone or maybe messages. People are still obviously going to go on Facebook.
You know why I don't believe it? And I respect what you're saying, because I think a lot of people think it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But just like when you see emails that come public or text back and forth, and people say, well, I'll certainly never do that again, or I won't do that again.
Oh, no, that
and lo and behold, it continues.
Well, you remember all the Fox News accounts on Twitter that were low on the totem pole here, and I was still so freaked out. I was like, oh my God, if my DMs ever got exposed. And then the next day, I was
or Dunkin' Donuts, and it all came out. It was like embarrassing. My point is that it's getting nutty here, and people hear a story like this, hear 50 million people not realizing it's 2 billion Facebook users worldwide. And they say, hey, then there's the
break. You don't even have to be on Facebook either. If you're connected with someone who's on Facebook, then they might even have a sort of ghost profile on you anyway. So it's not.
But the issue is,
what the hell is a ghost profile?
Well, I mean, that's a term that I just made up. But basically, if you are friends with someone on Facebook and they've seen pictures of you and they've seen that you've called them, for example, your calls with that person, whether you're on it yourself or not, are still on record.
Well,
it's real. It's real, yeah.
It depends what apps it's connected to, but the real issue is it shouldn't be on the consumer, and that's where the regulation comes in. The privacy policy should be super clear. It should be very clarified for the consumer. They should see what they're getting into.
You have to start talking. Say, how's your day? How you doing?
In person talking?
Yes.
Neil, it's asking a lot.
Sorry, okay? These kids today. A little more to this.